Hey guys, what's up? Summer11 here with my review of Steven Universe Episode 88, The New Lars, or Season 3, Episode 10. This episode was interesting overall because it gets more into Lars' character without having him be himself in the scenes. I'd actually love to follow Lars' character more just because of this episode. His life is fairly different from Steven, whose main people in his life would be his dad, the Crystal Gems, and Connie, I guess. But Lars has his family, Sadie, and the teens that don't really seem to like him. So in this episode, Steven starts off comparing a koala and a sloth while Sadie and Lars listen. And Lars sounds different. I don't know if his voice actor is getting older, if his voice actor was a young man or something, if he's getting older, because the voice seems more toned down. So like his voice got deeper. He's not as like, I don't know, how would you describe Lars' voice? It's like, it was just like really out there at certain points, like whenever he's like yelling and stuff, it would get really high, and now it's just like deep. So I don't know. So Sadie, she asked Lars to come over to watch a movie, but he wants to hang out with Buck. And it's so weird. He wants to hang out with people that don't like him, and he tries so hard to be cool and all that. So Lars is on his way out of the donut shop, and Steven is wondering why Lars didn't want to hang out with Sadie, because he thinks Lars and Sadie love each other and all that. And later that day, Steven starts dreaming about Lars, and then he wakes up the next morning in Lars' body. And this is where things really got interesting for me. We might need some more clarification on Steven's powers, because he's been able to do like certain things in dreams, and I don't know if they really clarified that. He was able to visit Lapis in a dream, I believe, and now he's able to wake up in Lars' body. And it's cool that Steven has all these different powers, but it seems like he has a lot more powers than Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl. And I don't know, it's just like, it almost seems like he has too many powers, but again, apparently these are all Rose's powers, right? So, I don't know, it's just still too many powers for me. So, I'm not sure why, but Lars was sleeping in the nude. I don't know if that's common for teenagers or something. I've never really done that. And then he has a magazine in his bed. I thought that was a little bit weird. I thought there was supposed to be like connection there, you know, like something there that they couldn't say. But Lars' parents are finally introduced, and we learn that his name is actually Laramie. Lars seems to have nice parents, but they're so passive. They almost seem like they fear talking to him a little bit. And I feel like I've seen stuff like this in TV shows and stuff, like the parents are like overly nice and they almost fear like talking to their kid and stuff. That's a little weird. So Lars' grades are really bad. There was like some F's and D's on his report card or whatever that was. It was more than like 7 classes. So like if he was in high school, it'd be like 7 classes. Yeah, around 7 classes. And I don't know. This guy is kind of stupid, or he's not trying. Something's going on with school. And Steven, remember Steven is in Lars' body at this point. He wants to help them, and he says that he'll do his best. And there was another kind of adult joke that implied that Lars curses at his parents. This guy has a lot of issues with this life that needs to work out. So Lars, or Steven Lars, I don't know how I should say that, Steven Lars is talking to Buck, Sour Cream, and Jenny, and it turns out they like him more as Steven, you know, Steven Lars. And Lars is a jerk, but it's kind of weird. If you don't like him, don't hang out with him, don't allow him to be around you. Just say like, hey man, you're kind of a jerk, we don't like you, if you're not going to improve your behavior, don't hang out with us, something like that. And I don't really like Buck, Sour Cream, and Jenny too. It seems like they also have issues because it's just based on previous episodes. They just don't seem like the best people ever, or best people either, because they make dumb mistakes, like when they took the ship and almost got Steven killed by Garnet and everything. And I don't know, I just don't like their characters that much. Sour Cream's cool, but I don't know about the other two. And Buck wants Lars to dance on their dance crew, but Lars wants to hang out with Sadie instead. Steven Lars, pretty much. And Steven is kind of making Lars' life better, but it's almost like Lars needs to be himself for his life to function properly, because it just seems like certain things are too different, and I feel like Lars wouldn't be able to handle that. If he is to have a better life and have these people respect him more, he has to, I don't know, he has to like do it himself. He has to accomplish that himself. He has to become a better person on his own. He can't have Steven doing it because it's not natural. So Steven Lars goes to Sadie's house, and this is kind of a bad relationship. Seriously, no matter how rude Lars is, she still likes him. And I'm not sure why you'd like a rude person in the first place, but I guess like everyone has their type, or if you're around someone long enough, you get attached to them. So maybe that was it. So Lars picks out Steven Lars picks out a romantic movie, and he's crying after it. And they're both on the same bed, and I swear, I thought something was going to happen. I don't know, I just thought it was a little odd, you know, boy, girl, lights off, same bed. One of you should be sitting on the floor in a chair. I don't know. And then Sadie starts talking about personal things and how Lars is different in private and in public. And she wants to know how he feels about her. And Steven Lars says that he loves her, but Sadie, oddly enough, doesn't like that response and kicks him out because she feels like he's playing with her or something like that. And I'm guessing maybe something similar to this happened before. So Steven then has to confess that he is Lars, and they have to rush over to Steven's body to see if Lars' mind is in Steven's body. And I thought it would have been funny if Lars was just like terrorizing the town, but I feel like that'd be more of an Onion thing. If Onion was in Steven's body, he'd probably be like destroying the town or something weird or crazy like that. So Steven, he wakes up, and Lars and Steven are put back into their respective bodies. And the teenagers and Lars's parents are there too. They followed them there. And Lars just freaks out over the whole situation. And I kind of agree with him with like freaking out over the situation and everything. Just based on Lars' dislike for Steven, he probably feels like that Steven kind of ruined his life, when in actuality, Steven pretty much made it better. The next day, Steven tries to give Lars a card at the donut shop, and he tears it up. Makes sense. I mean, come on. And they're talking and everything, and Lars is concerned about how Sadie responded to Steven's confession, and he ends up inviting Sadie over later. And again, their relationship is so weird. It seemed like he didn't like her, and then the island adventure happened, and then there have been hints here and there, but I don't know. I don't want this relationship to happen. It seems kind of forced a little bit, because it's like she likes you, but you seem like you don't like her. And is that an act or something? Because it seemed like Lars liked Jenny. I don't know, guys. We'll learn more about that though in later episodes, hopefully. And I'm just interested to see how these interactions change his character and change how people around him behave, and maybe like that'll still be going on later. I don't know. But the whole insecure jerk act is kind of getting old. Lars, his character develops a little bit, and then it goes back to his old character, and I think they need to fix that and actually give him some development. But I really like this episode, but I like most episodes from Steven Universe anyway. What did you think about this episode? And anyways, that's it from me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.